This is the only shift you need to enter a new timeline. And no, it's not the one you think. You have heard many teachers say things like, stop thinking in the old way. Start thinking in the new way. But what does that even mean? How do you stop thinking in the old way? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly what it means. If you are ready to quantum leap into a new timeline, a new reality, then get ready for this because it is actually very simple. Now, the reason why most people never make this shift is because they do truly understand what it means. So, pay attention. You see, your imagination is like a portal to other time. You can imagine yourself working out and eating healthy. But if you are still stuck in the old timeline where you are overweight, then you are not really imagining yourself from the perspective of the new timeline. Imagine yourself working out, eating healthy, feeling fit and healthy, and as you imagine these things, feel the emotions that go along with them, feel the physical sensations of working out, the taste of healthy food, the energy you get from being fit and healthy. If you are looking for magic, stop looking for it in the world and look for it in you. This is so true. Magic is within us. It is in our imagination, in our ability to imagine ourselves in other timelines and live those He had big dreams, and he wanted to make those dreams a reality. The wise man told him that he wasn't dreaming the right way. He wasn't imagining himself living his dreams. He learned how to imagine himself living in other timelines. And this gave him the ability to manifest anything he wanted. He was imagining himself trying to achieve his dreams from the perspective of his current reality. She knew that if she could imagine herself living her dreams, then those dreams would become reality. They show us how we can use our imagination to manifest anything we want. I hope it has shown you how you can use your imagination to manifest anything you want. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. But it is important to remember that it is not enough to just imagine things. We have to imagine them from the perspective of we have to imagine ourselves living in those times. Otherwise, we will get stuck in a loop of wishful thinking and never manifest anything. So she closed her eyes and imagined herself living her best life. She imagined herself traveling the world, meeting new people, experiencing new cultures. She felt the excitement of adventure, the joy of discovery, the satisfaction of living her dreams. The wise man taught him how to make the shift, how to imagine himself living his dreams, instead of trying to achieve his dreams from the perspective of his current reality. He wanted to be rich and successful, but he didn't understand the importance of imagination. He thought that all he had to do was dream big and good things would happen. So he dreamed and dreamed, but his dreams never manifested. He stayed poor and unsuccessful. And if we can learn to use this ability, then we can manifest anything we want. The more you imagine these things, the more you will feel like you are actually living in this new timeline. And the more you feel like you are living in the new timeline, the easier it will be to actually enter the new timeline. You are imagining yourself trying to be healthy from the perspective of the old timeline. She could almost taste the exotic foods, hear the foreign languages. She could almost feel the sun on her skin, the wind in her hair. And as she continued to imagine herself living her dreams, she started to believe that she was actually living them. She started to feel like there was no difference between her imagination and her reality. And this is when her dreams started to manifest. She started to travel the world, meet new people, experience new cultures. She started to live her best life. You have to know how to imagine things from the perspective of those times. Otherwise, you will get stuck in a loop of wishful thinking and never actually manifest anything. So what you need to do is to make the shift and actually live the new timeline while you are imagining it. This means that you need to actually lose the weight in order to imagine yourself as fit and healthy. Imagine yourself doing the things you want to do, being the person you want to be, having the life you want to live, but here is the catch. Most people make this next part very complicated by trying to visualize their goals and dreams as if they are far off in the future. They try to imagine themselves as successful when they are still stuck in their current timeline. They try to imagine themselves in the new timeline while they are still living in the old timeline. This is the only thing standing between you and your dreams. And once you make this shift, once you learn how to imagine things from the perspective of other timelines, then you can manifest anything you want. When you imagine something, you are actually stepping through a portal into another timeline where that thing already exists. They're trying to imagine themselves in a timeline that doesn't exist yet. What they don't understand is that the only way to enter a new timeline is to imagine it from within that timeline. It is impossible to imagine a timeline from outside of it. If you are stuck in the old timeline, you cannot imagine the new timeline. You might be able to imagine a version of the new timeline, but it will not be the actual new timeline. And when you step through this portal, your brain and body react as if it's already real. Your heart starts beating faster. You might break out in a sweat. You might feel nervous or excited. You might feel like you're about to do something big, like you're about to take an important exam or give a speech. Because when you imagine something, your body reacts as if it's already happening. So if you want to step through this portal into a new timeline, all you have to do is imagine yourself living in that timeline. And this is where they get stuck. They get stuck because they are trying to imagine themselves living in a reality that doesn't match the reality they are currently living in. For example, let us say you are stuck in a timeline where you are overweight and you want to enter a new timeline where you are fit and healthy, but you don't have to actually do it. You just have to imagine yourself doing it. You see, your imagination is a powerful tool. It can transport you to other timelines, but you have to know how to use it. Here is a quote that I came across recently that really resonated with me. This is the only shift you need to make. Let me tell you a story about a man who learned this lesson the hard way. He was a dreamer. One day, he met a wise man who taught him the importance of imagination. And after learning this lesson, everything changed for him. His dreams started to manifest. He became rich and successful. Let me tell you another story, this time about a woman who understood the power of imagination. And as she imagined these things, she started to feel like she was actually living them. Her heart raced. Her breathing quickened. These stories are not just stories. They are examples of the power of imagination. I hope this video has helped you to understand the importance of imagination.